no one has seen Mr. Ajay Harinath Singh on any public platform in recent times. So he has consented kindly to come. He may be media shy or he tries to avoid me, but he has agreed. When I discussed about our session collaborating towards a 5 trillion economy. How do I introduce you? I was wondering, looking for data, doing some research. Then someone I met in Kush Bhavanpur, he said, "Aap Ajay Harinath Singh ko jante nahi hai, to Prince of Kush Bhavanpur hai." ना प्रिंस है, प्रिंस के साथ तब तो मैं इंटरव्यू नहीं कर सकता हूँ, I'll get nervous. But he gave me confidence, don't worry, I'm not bothered about whether I'm prince of, previously it was Sultanpur. He's the chairman MD of Darwin Platform group of companies. Imagine born in 1980, Generation X. I was asking him, will you sit with a gray-haired person to discuss about future? He said, don't worry, you are the youngest man. He made me feel good. He grew up in a family that specialized in mining, shipping, agriculture, and finance. Darwin Group became a public company in 2010. The company has branches in London, Netherlands, Italy, Spain, Russia, Germany, Hong Kong, US, China, and Dubai. I'm getting out of breath. Singh developed the company into several sectors, including pharmaceuticals, finance, banking, mining, realty, information technology, and education. How do you get so much time? He always tells me I have a core philosophy. Nation building by wealth creation by the company and its partners. Around 2.5 lakh entrepreneurs working with the Darwin Platform group of companies across different sectors. I can go on talking about him, but he's a shy person, so I don't want to expand beyond this. So before I ask you questions, tell me, how are you liking to be, for the first time, on a public platform?
Thank you very much.
The India Economic Summit, so India's best and inaugural summit.
Thank you very much for calling me for this summit and calling me for the, by the name, introducing me, Prince of Sultanpur, now known as Kush Bhavanpur, the name given by Sri Yogi Adityanath ji. The family lineage comes from Raghuvanshis, Lord Rama. So being the descendant of Lord Sri Ramchandra, Lavas clan, Ishwanku, so feel proud and privileged. So thank you very much again for calling for this. Darwin is a business and we are growing. So I think we are doing better for the betterment of the country.
So let me start with the question straight. We have been hearing about India's endeavor to the 5 trillion economy and national infrastructure pipeline. How is Darwin Group drawing out its plans to make this an equitable access to infrastructure and ease of living? Or is it too ambitious?
So economy is something which as an individual, I don't believe in any kind of economy, especially. With my group, I go on with a circle on ambition of making money. On a daily basis, I prefer people understanding that the calculation does not overreact on personality. So when you say $5 trillion economy, it's like the numbers go like 6, 9, 12 zeros. And then you can go up to 101, quadrangle and much more. Does it really value your economy? No, it does not value your economy. What value is how much money you saved while earning. I can give you an example very clearly. If the government of India, like our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, he said that Indian government will become a $5 trillion economy. India is not an emerging country anymore. It's already emerged, one of the biggest leaders under his performance. Now, if you see The economy has to be just stagnated and sent in one direction, not in the direction of only GDP. Because if I go for GDP, it's like there are services. If I go for services, there are services like banking sectors. If banking sectors can revolve the whole economy 3 times, we may go more ahead than $5 trillion. Darwin Platform does have a bank. We have a Sarvodaya Cooperative Bank. We have an NBFC also. And I think we are contributing much more than any other organizations in India. Like we have been employing people, giving them jobs on time, paying on 15 days time every time. Our basic structure of making the economy more robust is pumping the money in the system. It's not keeping with us. We make the demand and supply equal to each one. And everybody loves that. So money coming into your pocket, you will love it, right, Bhaskar?
So pumping it in the economy, you are talking about, a lot of economists talk about empower people by giving money which can give a demand side spike. So that's a good approach. Darwin's defense foray and investment in molecular nanotechnology, I don't understand, it's too technical, and also power corridor for defense power corridor, as Prime Minister also mentioned. How does India's perception change with all these initiatives where you are involved now?
Under the leadership of our Prime Minister and Shri Yogi Adityanath ji, again, why do I take these 2 names? They are the most powerful entrepreneurs of the global people in the economical or the political industry. Their visions have made entrepreneurs to go next level. Molecular nanotechnology. My CEO, Raja Chaudhary, my defense team, Amitabh Sinha from London Pentagon, what they are doing, we are doing certain things for the government of India which nobody has done till date. A laser technology, where casualties will be less. People will be protected. They don't have to go on the field to fight on the borders. They can sit at one place, make a circular, see the person who's coming from where and when, and they can shoot it from a range. A technology which we are developing in the coming years, where even a missile cannot enter in the Indian aerospace. 6 kilometers, it will be in ashes. It will be in ashes. And it's not my passion, it's the passion of my organization, my team. I believe I have the best team. My CEO says, if I want to live one more time, I will make sure that the Indian defense system becomes the best. My elder brother Sandeep says, if I want to make India the robust organization, I would make sure that everybody gets the security and stability in life. Nanotechnology does not believe in this. We believe in something more, saving lives of people. We have also come out with jackets where we can monitor diabetes, heart rates, sugar levels, and somebody in winter -40 in Siachen, if he goes down, something goes down and he's buried inside the snow, still he will be alive at least for 72 hours. That kind of jackets we have. It's a bulletproof jacket. We are inventing. These all things will be given to the government of India in coming time. By 31st of March 2022, we will be handing this to the government of India. Our defense system, Darwin Platform Defense Avionics, we will be at least infusing 5,000 crore rupees in this particular project by 31st March 2022. Not less than that.
That's good. I think we can sleep well at night.
You can also sleep with me.
Now, you have been a great advocate of smart cities, that you feel that it will change the economic well-being of our citizens. I wonder, can smart cities be smart? Of course, in the previous session, Mr. Goswami as well as Mr. Nitin Gadkari have been talking about the e-vehicles, talking about pollution control. But, pollution in the automobile industry. Now, are smart cities easy to build in the context of this pollution that one experiences in our own, not only in our country, all over the world? So do you think that smart cities are a feasible project?
Every city is a smart city within itself. Designing to the next infrastructure level is what it needs to be done. Upgradation, that's what they need. Now, to make a smart city, what do you require the most? The best of infrastructure, the best of schools, the best of hospitality, the best of banking sector, ease of living, hospitals, every single thing, roads. That's what smart city requires, nothing else more than that. But what you require the most is the climate change, non-pollution. That's what you require. Right now, a few minutes ago, you guys heard our Honorable Minister, Shri Nitin Gadkari ji. He spoke about hydrogen, EV vehicles, electronic vehicles. Now, as Darwin platform, we are not only entering into smart cities, we are also entering into electronic vehicles. We are coming with cars, of hydrogen cars, where the CO2 level emitted by the car will be less than 5%. And the average use for petrol will be what, 10%? You will be saving on your fuels like anything. You don't need to scrap your cars. I've been hearing from the government that saying that we need to scrap the cars. Why you need to scrap the cars when you can alter the car? Don't need to do that. It's an easy job. In smart cities, this will make the major role. The ease of living, the ease of traveling is the most important factor. Somebody is sick and you are waiting for something to go ahead for a petrol pump and a diesel. The prices are high. This will cut down the costs. Hydrogen is the next level of game. In smart cities, climate change has to be done. It has to be taken care. Smart cities should not have metros more. They should have more of convenience. How are you going to take care of it?
Thank you. That's very encouraging. Now, you have also forayed into retail and FMCG sector. They are one of the fastest growing sectors. So what plans does Darwin Group have to leverage this huge potential that these segments can offer?
So I get up in the morning, I need tea and coffee, I need egg, I need bread, and I need medicines too. I'm diabetic, I need insulin. So FMCG makes, it's the most needed sector. Retail is the most needed sector. You can't say that I don't need this sector. Everybody needs it. I mean, being a man, so the wife will call up in the night, she's like, are you coming back with the grocery or not? So you need this sector. It's a need of the hour. And I probably feel that as a Darwinite, we will be making this sector the most robust one. We plan to open up 1,000 stores by 31st of March 2022. And in this sector, what we are trying to do is we're going to give you a flat 15% discount on every product, whether it's a Nestle product or it's any product, Parle-G, anything, or even my product itself, of Darwin Platform Retail product itself, in which we also plan to employ approximately 10,000 people by 31st March 2022. Our retail sector is going to be in every city, and probably this will make the connectivity of every people more easy. My thought process with the product of FMCG will be is supplying the product at a cost value where the profit margin is only 1.25% and not more than that. So the prices will be not higher than 1.25%. That's what I feel so. And I think my team is with it.
But it's a very competitive sector, and I don't know how you'll be able to manage with such low profit margin. And what is your motivation for doing that?
I am happy. I have competition. I don't see that competition because my group is a debt-free group. We have just raised some funds few months ago, just because a couple of people asked me that you need to have a credit rating, and for credit rating you need to have a debt. So we just raised few. A group of worth 70,000 crores, debt-free. I don't see any competition. If anybody wants to compete, please remove your debt and come to me and tell me if there's a competition.
But competition is good.
I have my own ocean. In my ocean, I don't see a competition.
Okay. Now, Darwin's platform has also entered into OTT and entertainment sector, now with more focus on regional content. So how will it benefit the employment sector and creative industry?
So very few people in the industry of Bollywood, Tollywood, Hollywood know that we have financed more than 43 films. We financed. We never went ahead and said, we want to become a producer. So one of my best friend, Sandeep Singh, he came to me, Legend Studios, and he said, let's get into a contract and we do an OTT platform. I'm a fan of digital media, but I'm not that fan because I feel it has evaded the family into two parts. The father is sitting in another room, the son is sitting in another room. They're watching the $7.99 Netflix in both the rooms, same channel. But still, if this is the need of the hour, so what we are trying to do, we are trying to do something unique. We are launching our own OTT platform plus a movie mela. In this movie mela, what we are trying to do is, we are trying to do all the producers, all the directors to come to the mela, show our content. Once we see the content, we'll approve the content instantly and we will air it within 24 hours. The payment will be made upfront 100%. Nothing. And in this case, we'll be employing. So it's not going to be an OTT platform, it's going to be an OTT tubers also, where you're going to, you're going to teach people how to make the content. A robust content, a genuine content, where where the sensitivity of familyness is there in the content. That's what is going to be in the OTT.
My final question, I'm really, being a management student, I was looking for there's something called core competency. Where is your core competency when you're operating into such diverse fields? That's my final question. And I'd be very keen to understand how you focused on your core competency.
So, core competence, so I can say this core competence and come with an example very surely. And the example is like this. I'm sitting with a man next to me, he's 68 years old, and he's still young. He's one of the best men in the industry. When you can do this, I can do this too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So I think you defy the gravity of life differently. Fine. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. It's a privilege to interact with you.